Experimental versus mandatory vaccines. This is a great little article that talks about how Donald Trump likely did way more to save us than a lot of us even realize because of the way it's played out. And hindsight is 2020. So how Donald Trump and the alliance saved the world from original globalist plan of mandatory COVID injections and foiled the plot and long-term plans of globalist Luciferians. Part 1. Donald J. Trump is part of a military operation. Number 2, the globalist plan involved starting COVID after the 2016 election, which they assumed Hillary would win. When Hillary didn't, they waited until the last year of Donald J. Trump's term to roll the vaccine agenda out for several reasons. A, it provided cover for election fraud. B, it was to begin the globalist contrived depopulation agenda. C, to begin widespread fear and control. Number 3, Donald J. Trump had to make countermove to get rid of COVID and all of the fear and control that goes with it, to expose Big Pharma and to ensure a quick vaccine that, due to being rushed, would have to be labeled experimental and thus not be mandated. That's key, and they can't mandate something that's experimental, especially when the drug companies don't have any legal repercussions, like they are not responsible for anything bad that happens. They can't legally force you. Number 4, Donald J. Trump had to weigh both options. In war, sometimes you have to choose between two bad options. Given the globalist strategy, DJT and the military chose the path with the fewest casualties, I believe that's true, and that is to keep going with the facade of publicly endorsing the toxic but not mandatory vaccine. The alternative would have been far more deadly for all of us in so many ways had an approved mandated vaccine been created by the deep state. It would be killing millions more right now.
There should be no fear. We are protected, and we will always be protected. We will be protected by the great men and women of our military and law enforcement. And most importantly, we will be protected by God.
If the lights go out here, they go out everywhere.
Yes.
But you know what? They're not going out because God's got his hand in all of this. So, you know, I'm telling you all, that's what faith is.
Do not give up. Do not go to the Lord one of these days and feel like you have not done everything that you can for the beliefs that you have. Okay? Amen. Don't go to those dates and say, I wish I'd done this or I wish I'd done that.
We will not talk about numbers of troops or our plans for further military activities. Conditions on the ground, not arbitrary timetables, will guide our strategy from now on. America's enemies must never know our plans or believe they can wait us out. I will not say when we are going to attack, but attack we will.
I know there is a God. I see a storm coming. If he has a part and a place for me, then I am ready. No one can tell in the future whether there is a storm coming for all of us. But what we can be sure of is that no matter what happens, we believe in God and we are ready.
Our government's a captured operation and has been for decades.
Right.
The the capstone on this operation, arguably, was the assassination of President Kennedy. All of these things that people did to steal the moment, to capture the moment against God's people, God himself doesn't share that glory with anyone.
That's right.
There's no, you can talk about people, prophets, smart people, presidents, whatever you want. In the end, God will not share his glory with any
Amen.
man, okay?
Amen.
He wasn't leaving it to men to protect his people. And my point is, for this audience, all those people that are looking to men to save us from this moment
That's
that we're
right.
about to come into,
That's right.
you're looking in the wrong place.
That's right.
It's not that God didn't use what Mordecai had done. That became part of the plan, part of the repair. But God went beyond that. In this moment that we're in, there is a plan. There is important work that's been done. But God still wants to put his imprint so that out into the future, every generation beyond will remember it was God that did what he did to protect his people, and no man,
That's right,
be they even a great hero amongst men, can claim that glory. And in an instant,
awesome.
the whole thing reversed instantaneously, and that which was meant against God's people and God's chosen representative was turned on them.
The other thing is, when you look at the Congress, though, it's like 24 hours since John McCain was put to death. And John McCain was put to death.
Where's Tom Hanks these days? Where is or what happened to Tom Hanks? It's been over a month since he last posted on Facebook, which is highly unusual from Mr. Hanks. Following information may get you to ask about Tom Hanks' whereabouts because he's been AWOL in Hollywood. Nobody's apparently seen him. There's rumors going around that he's already been taken care of or removed from society. So, don't know, but it is weird that he's not posted anything on Facebook. Like, they're not even trying to fake that at this time.
If Tom Hanks pulls through, we are going to be so stoked. It's all riding on Tom Hanks, you guys. If anything happens to Tom Hanks, dude, I'm just going to be like, shh, on my roof.
You're fired. 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 You're fired.
Buckle up and hold on tight. You and me on a wild ride. We're gonna own it and change the